Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're talking about Call of Duty again. I made a video talking about Call of Duty like a month ago. Yeah, like a month ago. I talked about how I refuse to now buy any future Call of Duty game and how I also refuse to buy Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And what do you know? Just a month later or so, just somehow Activision and Treyarch just somehow make the game so much more worse than it already was, in my opinion, of course. And they also give me another reason why I should never purchase a future Call of Duty game. If you didn't hear for whatever reason, if you're out of the loop or you're like me and you're not playing Call of Duty anymore, basically what happened was that Activision and Treyarch thought it would be a good idea for them to add supply drops back into the game again. And for those of you who don't understand why that's a bad thing and why people are so, up in arms and all that, why people are so upset about it, is because Black Ops 4 is a $60 game. It has technically a season pass, the Black Ops Pass, which is like another $60. There's like the tier system, which is basically trying to be like Fortnite. So there's the tier system, which you can buy in like multiple tiers in order to progress further and further. So there's that. And then there are also supply drops. So they're trying to monetize this game as much as possible, as much as they possibly can. But the reason why this is also such a bad thing is because Activision and Treyarch are so very obviously, blatantly trying to get the consumer or the player to spend as much money as possible. The reason why this is bad is because they added in weapons. They added in new weapons, and they do this for every single tier progression thing, whatever they do. They do this with every new tier that they bring out after the one that they're doing expires, and they have to make a new one. They always bring out new weapons. Sometimes they bring in a new specialist. The most recent one that they brought in was actually a returning specialist character from Black Ops 3, and the reason why this is a bad thing is because these weapons are a timed thing. You have to try to progress through the tier system in order to be able to actually get the weapons that you want. But not a lot of people have that amount of time. Some people are busy. Either you're an adult going to work and working like 8 hours a fucking day, or you're a kid who's still going to school and is just trying to progress through school life and then can only have a certain amount of time to play, Call of Duty. That's your favorite game, let's just say, for example, right? If you're a kid who's going to school, you're busy doing your schoolwork at school, obviously, and then you have to come back and you have to do homework, and then you're busy with that, and then something could possibly come up with your personal life with your family, or if you have friends come over and you decide to go out and do whatever, right? The point is that a lot of people don't have enough time, so Activision knows this and they're trying to profit off of this by allowing you to be able to buy supply drops and allowing you to progress further into the tier by purchasing it. It's a bad thing because it's bad for the consumer. It's bad for the consumer because they're trying to monetize the game as much as possible, and they're trying to get as much money from us as they can. And it's just scummy. It's scummy business tactics, and this is how Activision is making their money. And this is one of the main reasons why I knew I wasn't going to buy this game whenever it launched, because I knew if they were going to have supply drops, at first they were going to say, oh, it's cosmetic only. And then they were going to bring in DLC weapons, and then the only way that you can get them is by getting them through the supply drops, which is how they worked in Black Ops 3. They didn't do that. They actually had brought in the tier system, and I was like, okay, well, at least we could earn these guns legitimately. But they had slowed down the progression with the tiers to where it was basically impossible, and it wasn't until public outrage online and on Twitter until they finally decided to boost the progression of being able to go through the tiers. And now we basically have this RNG loot box system all over again in this game, and you could potentially get the DLC weapons from the supply drops. So if you're busy with personal life, with with work or with schoolwork or whatever, right? You could just so easily, grab your credit card, or if you're a kid, grab your mom's credit card and spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars through the supply drops and potentially get the things that you want. Either it be like a paint job, not a paint job, but a camo, or what is it, a mastercraft, I think it's called, like a mastercraft for some of your weapons. And then you can also potentially get the DLC weapons. You can get stuff in the supply drops that you could already get from the tier system. And something that I didn't know that I actually learned from, watching a couple other people's videos that were talking about it was you were actually able to get the reserve packs, or whatever the hell they called them, supply drops basically, right? You were able to get them through progressing further down the tier list, because you finally gained like all the new content once you got to level 100 in the tier system. But you can progress further and get free supply drops. They completely took that out of the whole entire game, and that incentivizes players to again pay money in order to get these supply drops. It's a scummy business tactic, and Activision is only trying to get money out of the consumer, out of the player. Activision, time and time again, is just proving to me over and over again that they are becoming the next EA, or they probably are the next EA already for some people, or for a lot of people, or they've always have been. But it's like at this point, EA, like they're at least trying to like cut back with what they're doing, and like they like fixed, for what it's worth, through the public outcry with Battlefront 2. They kind of like did what they had to do in order to make it fair, but that loot box gambling is still banned in like some countries in the world. And then they come out with a free battle royale. They come out with a free battle royale with a loot box system that's at least fair, because you can purchase these loot boxes, but you don't get duplicates from these. You can get duplicates from the Black Ops 4 supply drops. With the Apex Legends supply drops, you at least know you're not going to get a freaking duplicate of something that you already have. I mentioned in my last video I was going to stop swearing, but that's besides the point. Like, my point is that in Apex Legends, you have the supply drops that can not give you duplicates. You don't get duplicates from the supply drops in that game. And Black Ops 4 you do, and the Battle Royale is free. With Black Ops 4, it's a $60 game with a freaking Blackout that goddamn sucks. And there's the Black Ops Pass, which is another $60. There's the zombies, which in my opinion isn't really all that great. There's the tier system, which you can pay for further progression, and then there's the supply drops. Black Ops 4 is the most excuse me. Black Ops 4 is the most monetized that the game is at this current moment. This is the most monetized that I've seen a Call of Duty game at this point, and it baffles me. It baffles me because they could have easily just at least took into system from what they had in World War II or Modern Warfare Remastered, and they could have easily just done it like that, but no. Treyarch and Activision, they wanted to be greedy all over again, and they want to, suck as much money as they possibly can from the player and the consumer and the people buying these games year after year, and it's just, I just can't take this series seriously anymore. I'm trying to not swear. I just can't take this series, seriously anymore. I can't. I can't support this company anymore. I just can't do it. I made a video about it already. If you want to watch it, it'll be on the end screen at the end of the video, or I might actually put a card on the screen. If you want to go watch the video, you can. The video's actually about to end, so it doesn't really matter anyways. But I just can't support this company anymore. I just can't do it, and I would highly advise for everyone to not buy supply drops. Don't fall into the trap. Don't fall into the system that Activision so desperately wants you to. And there's another video that I actually want to make regarding about Call of Duty once again, and it's regarding about Modern Warfare 4 and the leaks and the rumors of a Modern Warfare 2 and a Modern Warfare 3 being remastered, and how I'm not gonna buy those games, obviously, but I'm gonna try to go a little bit more in depth with that video and why I'm not gonna buy those and why I'm not gonna support those games if it actually ends up being true. So regardless, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. Just really quick, I just want to make a video about it because it was bugging me, and it has been bugging me. I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about it, but I went ahead and did it anyways. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you did enjoy the video, again, like I said, be sure to leave a like. If you are new, subscribe for more videos just like this in the near future. I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. I'll see you guys next one. I'm out. Peace.